Good morning, Bird Crew. Welcome back. Hopefully, all are doing well today on this Thursday. Hopefully, you had a good day yesterday. We had a little bit of a drop off yesterday at the end of the day. Didn't end up ever truly running up. You got a little bit of a start, but definitely didn't end up running up. Kind of follows, I guess, what the quarter system was calling with that short. It didn't call a short, but it was calling the favor on the short side, I guess. So there wasn't a short that set up, but it definitely was calling a down run here, and that's what it ended up doing. Was it did stay short. Unfortunately though, it didn't call a trade on that short, so we weren't able to jump into that. The only thing that was really there was that long, so I guess if you flipped both ways, you could have looked at that. It didn't really take the levels off. I actually already set up today's levels earlier, but this is what we're looking at here for yesterday. You can see we had that daily resistance up here. We kind of hit it in the morning, and then if you had been watching it and we're trying to get into that long, this is when you would have gotten in right here, and then it didn't end up actually coming all the way up to that daily resistance again, which is where if you were trading it, that's where you would have thought it would go. At least it didn't end up going there. Kind of came up here and bottomed out. If you watch the recap, we kind of go through the whole thing, but basically it already did the move in the morning, so expecting it to do it again a little later in the day is kind of just a little crazy. So I guess if you were just taking it by the system, that's when you would have gotten in, and you would have just been unlucky, I guess. Really, it would have come back down and got you out for a full stop there, had you not taken it off early for whatever reason. That's kind of what we were looking at yesterday. That's what ended up happening. And then, later in the day, about 8 or so, it ended up kind of dropping down. And then it just continued throughout the night until we hit about 66. And then we kind of did a little bounce. And now we're looking like we might continue down a little bit farther. I know there's the level down here at 65, so that's what we've been kind of watching for. And then if you take the targets from target 3 from yesterday, in terms of breaking down here, or sorry, target 2. I don't know, target 3. If we break down here, we'll continue down, and we're thinking we'll probably only get to around 65, 600 level. And that would be our target 3 from yesterday, so it'd kind of fulfill that little drop there. So even if we do end up breaking down today, that's kind of what we're looking for there. That's kind of yesterday's little jump in. So if you guys want some more detail on that, though, you'll have to go check out our video coming out here at 10. Spirit Maker kind of goes over yesterday's price action, talks about how it relates to our system and how our system played out yesterday, and then also just gives some good TA tips and stuff like that, just running through the system and talking about kind of how it all works. So if you guys are looking to check that out, or looking to learn a little bit, that's definitely a good watch. Like I said, it'll be out here at 10 o'clock CST, so whatever that is for you, go ahead and check that out. It'll be a good watch. Thanks for joining, though. Looks like we got a couple people here. Thanks. So welcome in, Spirit Maker. Welcome, Terry. Welcome, Kathleen. Thanks for joining. Hello to everybody. Hopefully y'all are doing well again today. We're back for another day of trading. So we'll have to get our charts set up. I know I already have mine set up, but we'll go through and set them up again and check them out, see what we got for today, and see if there's anything to do today. Yesterday wasn't much in the way of the system, so we'll have to head on to Kubroto.com here, and we'll see what we got. Make full screen a little easier to see. Looks like we got a little bit of a jailbreak to the upside here on BTC. Same thing on Ethereum. Well, not a jailbreak, but magnet on Ethereum at 1.92, and then on 2.74 we have a jailbreak on Sol. So nice little set of up trades here in terms of the breakouts. So that's what we're looking at, is those up trades. We'll see if we get those. Just knowing from setting up the chart already, not very likely we'll get those trades. They're just way too wide, and we'll check it out here in a minute. But yeah, that's kind of the look for today. In terms of shorts, there's not one on BTC, not one on Ethereum, and there's not one on Solana. So we have really nothing to trade today in terms of shorts. And again, that's because like I said, it's more than likely going to drop down, just not very far. 65,600. It's only right now. It's only like $100 under price action. That's what Sphermaker just said in the comments. We're getting pretty close to that level already. And for those of you who've been around for a while, $100 for BTC is like almost cents for most other coins. So it's really not too far down there. It's got a little bit of a spike. It could even be that this is the end here, and we're not going to go much more anyway. So we'll see. But yeah, let's grab our levels and set them up for today and see what we got. So we'll click on our data button over here on BTC and open up Kubroto again, or sorry, TradeView again here. And then we'll open up our predator lines and switch it to Thursday, and then we'll go ahead and redo the lines in there. If you guys have our regular, well, the indicator you guys have, you'll just have to open and replace this stuff in there. This is our new beta one that we've been working on more so we can just kind of study the different levels and stuff like that throughout the week, just switching back and forth and stuff like that if we want to. So really all you really need is just the one basic one where you can just input the levels there. But yeah, that's our new setup for today. So you can see we got our breakdown trigger right here. We got our daily support right here in blue. Not too good of a gap, and that's what we were talking about with it being too small for it really to trade down. And then way up here you have your breakout trigger, and then your daily resistance is somewhere down here. I'm guessing it's this one. For some reason it's yellow, probably because it's behind the other levels. And yeah, it's not the... We can do this here. Yeah, so there's your daily resistance right there, and then way up here is your breakout trigger. So you can tell pretty good gap there. We got a nice jailbreak trade here on the upside, but the likelihood of price coming all the way back up here and then breaking out and continuing up is not very likely. We basically have to recover the whole move that we did last night. Like the whole down run we did since 8 o'clock last night, we'd have to recover and then continue up all the way up to 70K. So could it happen? Yeah, absolutely. Will it? Is the probability very good that it will happen? Probably not. So there is a trade today, like I'm saying, just not great. Looks like the 1 hour chart is back. Oh, 1 hour chart back to the 1 minute chart are all tired from the drop. Yeah. That's what we're kind of saying, is there's just a lot of a lot of tiredness from the charts, just kind of running down. I mean, if you pull the gap here, and we've talked about this in the stream before, but if you pull the gap from the breakout all the way down to the breakdown, it's a 3.68. Typically we say anything over 3% is kind of the exhausted range, and it's still something, you know, we're we're kind of, I guess, putting in through the ringer. We're trying to test it out with that gap and everything, and that's kind of what we're looking at. So we're looking at that to see, like, well, if the gap's like that, is it actually exhausted, or if it's tighter, is it less exhausted? And I guess what we've kind of found so far is that it's about 1 to 1.5, I believe, percent. That's kind of in the good range. And then after after that, you kind of go up a little bit, and there's like medium range. And then once you get till 3, it's range that's a little out of the question there. Here I can actually pull it up for everybody. Give me a second. Yeah, here, I'll pull it up for y'all so you can see it. We do have a little thing. I believe it's actually inside of the website. If you go to the website, go to marketradar.com and then click on the little Academy button over on the side, and you can download the thing at the top. I believe that's actually that's what you want for. You can download just the sheet that tells you all about the gaps that we're talking about. Yeah, just give me a second. I'm trying to grab it right now. See if I can even find it. Yeah, here. I'm gonna, maybe it's on this other thing. Yeah, there's a gap though. So if you guys, yeah, I believe it's on the website. So I guess if you guys really would like to use it, then you'll have to go check out the website. I'm gonna still try to grab it right here real fast. But definitely check out the website if you're really interested in it. All right, here we go. So this is what we're looking at here. I don't know why it's like in the corner of my screen, but let's see if we can. Yeah, so basically you can see obviously not very good, but over on the top you can see under 0.6 is too tight. If you got 8.8% to 1.5%, it's a cold spring. 1.5 to 2.5 is going to be like the normal, and then over 3 is basically too much. So that's kind of the idea there. So right now we're by far into the red category, the over 3%. So definitely over exhausted here on the chart, just based off of kind of that levels that we've kind of come up with and looked at, and that's kind of what we found. Yeah, it's just it's over exhausted, so there's not gonna be a lot of a run today, if there is anything, at least, well, really anywhere. And then the gap is just so wide that if you do get a run, it will more than likely just be from the bottom here to the top of the market, or the top of your, not the market, top of your range here, and that'll just be it's just really, we can't trade that, you know. There was an advanced system we were kind of working on at a time, which was kind of taking the trade in between the gap, and you could do something like that. Just like I said, it's more risky, and again, you got to be a little more of an advanced trader to kind of take that. So I guess, yeah, take it how you will. That's kind of what we're looking at. Looks like we just hit about our target tree. It's like pretty close enough that I would say we pretty much hit it. So came down, spiked it on the predator candle. We'll see what happens throughout the rest of the day. Again, not looking at too much exciting today. Just a lot of sideways chop action really today. Maybe a little bit of a run up, but it's probably going to stay within our triggers. Again, not a trade either way really. Yeah, it's just not set up, and that's okay, you know. That's the system. We are hoping that we'll get a little bit of either a drop or a run here. We're kind of hoping this Easter weekend, will kind of drop down and just take some of the levels that Bitcoin's been trying to take here for a while, so that way we can come back in and rip up and, yeah, just kind of set like a direction on the market, because that's what we haven't had for the last month or so. Like if we really go out and look at it, we really haven't moved a whole lot since since February, first week of February or so. We kind of dropped into the zone, and then we've just really been trading sideways since. So it's definitely kind of forming a pattern that looks like we'll continue to drop a little bit farther, but we'll have to just see. It's going to be a little bit of time, and there's definitely that possibility, you know, that we drop down, hit our 618 finally, and then rip out of here, which is pretty close. 618 is pretty close to the levels we're kind of thinking that drop will be to. We're thinking around 55,000. There's another drop that takes us around 40 something, but more than likely it will just hit that 55,000 and kind of come out of it. And really, honestly, with the 0.618 being at 57 or so, we'll kind of come down. We could spike down to that 55 and then close here on the golden pocket and then flip up, and that'll kind of set us a nice market trend direction. Kind of get out of this sideways chop action that we've been in for so many months. For what, 2 months, I guess? Yeah, 2 months now. We're moving into our third, so well, I guess not completely 2 months. It'll be 2 months on like the 4th or 5th or whatever. But technicalities, around 2 months, right? Yeah, that's kind of what we're waiting for, though, is a little bit of something to happen to where we can kind of get that nice move in the direction that we actually want. Well, maybe not the direction we want, but in a actual directional trend, so that way we can take it and, you know, get in some better trades rather than just chopping sideways. Yeah. We can set up Ethereum and Solana and check them out for a little bit, and then we'll probably close the stream out around 9. Not too much happening, not too much to talk about, so don't want to waste any of y'all's time. Yeah, let's set up Solana, or actually no, Ethereum first. So we'll head back to proto.com here and we'll grab the data for Ethereum here and head back to the charts and throw it in. This is what y'all's will look like. So if y'all's looks like this, totally fine. All you got to do, same thing, just select it all and paste the new levels in there. And this is what we're looking like for Solana. So pretty similar to Bitcoin. Had a drop out last night. Started around the same time at 8 and dropped down a little harder than Bitcoin, and then we kind of made that same weird pattern. We kind of dropped and then dropped a little bit farther. Probably if we looked at it, actually I'm kind of interested now. Yeah, so there's some bullish divergence here on the 15 if we look at the indicators. Oh, my bad. Oh yeah, so you can see we had a downtrend in price action and an uptrend in the indicator. So basically that's divergence. If you have them doing opposite things, that's the basics of divergence. So yeah, there's divergence here on the indicator. So that's telling us that more than likely this is the bottom here. I mean, not to say that that's completely the bottom. I guess we're gonna have to come back up a little bit, probably break this resistance line here, and then come back down to around the support line, and then that'll tell us that we're more than likely going to continue up, probably to our trigger today. If you're looking at what's going to happen, that's more than likely that's the probability, I guess, for today that we're looking to do. That's the move that I would be looking for. And you know, it doesn't have to do that. Just a lot of the longer time frames are kind of getting into that tired out mode, and that's just kind of what I'm thinking. But anyways, Ethereum's in a similar position here, so you can see. Actually, I'm gonna throw the Joule on here. Joule's indicator made by Meta Signals. If you guys are interested, just look them up. Meta Signals. Just look up Metal Signals on your search engine, you'll be able to find it. It's like a little blue box with lightning next to it, and that's what their icon looks like. Yeah, you can see same thing though. We have an uptrend here on the Joule, and then down here, or up here on price action, same thing. We have a downtrend, or not same thing, opposite thing. We have a downtrend here, uptrend on the Joule. So more divergence, same thing as Bitcoin. We're looking for it to break this level here, and then come back down, probably retest about the same area on that daily support, and then break up and go for our breakout trigger here. Sol, I'm sure it's pretty similar. Whoops. Sol, I'm sure it's pretty similar here. So we'll go ahead and get our old trade off of here. Just like that, and we are going to go back to Kubota.com. We'll grab our data here and throw it into our indicator, something like that. Pretty similar. Interesting how Solana kind of dropped out here. Already had started dropping out throughout the day and then drop down throughout the night, rather than BTC and I believe ETH kind of did this too. Yeah, kind of held the top and then dropped out. Solana has kind of been dropping out, leading the market all day. So interesting that we dropped out like that. Yeah, I would say pretty similar here on Ethereum or Solana as well. Throw the Joule, see what we got on here. Whoa, no divergence here really. I mean, maybe some very light divergence. I would not be super excited about confirming that was divergence. So yeah, interesting. There's not really any divergence here on Solana. Could see the similar or same thing, especially if the rest of price action is going to do, I mean, the rest of the coins are going to do that. If you see BTC and Ethereum both do that, more than likely Solana is just going to follow suit and do that as well. That pattern that I was talking about with the it kind of coming out of here, going up, breaking the daily resistance, and then coming down and retesting the daily support wherever that is on Solana. I think it's probably like right here somewhere. I think it's right behind that, the 30-minute range there. So yeah, I mean, looking like it'll probably do that, come back, retest, and then break out and continue up at least to the breakout again. So interesting. We'll see what happens throughout the day though, but that's what I am thinking in terms of taking the trade to the upside here. If I was gonna play this, that's how I would play it. Kind of throw my stop down a little bit under price action. Be watching for the curl here and then jump in and take it up. I guess you can make a 3 to 1 if you took that trade there. If you want to throw your stop out a little bit farther, make a little less, and almost 3 to 1 still, really. So that'd be kind of the trade I would play today if I were to just be looking at taking something. That's what I'd be kind of playing today, is the inside move from the bottom to the top, using the different indicators and stuff and pattern that we kind of know. We don't have a name for it really, but yeah, I think we call it shark fin or something at one time, but I don't remember. Yeah, basically it'd be you have the breakdown and then or you have a low and then a lower low, and then if you look at the whatever indicator, typically you use the RSI for this, but the Joule actually has a couple different indicators built into it. So looking at it, I'm thinking, yeah, that's probably pretty accurate there with the divergence. So more than likely we're looking at the same kind of thing that you'd see on the RSI, and so you're looking for that push up. But we do need to see it break this daily resistance line first. That's kind of like the neckline, I guess, if you want to look at that. Maybe we called it like the board line or something like that. I don't remember when we used to use this more often, but basically you come up, you'll break through that. Yeah, let me draw it. You come up, you'll break through this, and then you'll get a higher high, and then you'll see it break down and come back down. It'll get whatever move it does up, it'll come back down to the 0.618 of the move, and then you'll kind of sit here for a second, and then it will start to run back up and probably go up to here. Maybe we'll see it break and hit that, and then it'll come down. So to do something like that, obviously can't predict price action, but high probability, that's what we're looking at. And then again, if you see that move up and you're like, okay, well, where is he going to come back to? You want to take the bottom here to the top, just like that, and then you can see that 0.618 lines up pretty nicely with that daily support there that I was talking about. And if you want to use candle wicks, you can even do that, and then it really lines up pretty nicely if we get a move like what I just said. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. That's the trade that I would be watching for today if I was going to take a trade. And again, that's not completely within the system. It is, I guess it is in maybe the more advanced way of looking at our system, but it's definitely not just the normal system, like, oh, the gap's there, and so we took the trade on the breakout trigger or breakdown trigger, and we took a trade down. Definitely out of the system in terms of that. So really more of an advanced idea of kind of using our system to build a trade for the day that's maybe not perfect. So yeah, I guess again, just a little more risky, definitely not exactly the system, but y'all are welcome to check that out. Have to see what happens here. See if we can jump into that, take the trade up. We'll see. We will see. But yeah, we got about another minute or so, and we'll close out the stream. Oh, only like 30 seconds, I guess, or so, and then we'll close out the stream. But yeah, hopefully that helps y'all. We'll let y'all know about the trade right here on Monday. I'll try to leave it on if I remember. Here, I actually put it in a folder for y'all. How do I make folders again? There we go. We'll put it in Fridays trade. Oh wait, it's not Friday. It's Thursday. Thursday's trade, and we'll check that out again on Tuesday and see what happens. So that's what I'm thinking though. Got that break up, come back down, retest there, look for that possible up run. We will need to see price action obviously break up. Again, it's just probability is what we're playing. We're waiting for it to actually confirm that it's going to do that though, with the break of this level and then the retrace that'll confirm. So you need to break this level, retrace, and then you need to see price kind of hit that level and start to curl here, and that'll tell us, all right, now it's time to jump in. If we don't see that, we're not really looking at this thing. It's just more than likely going to trade sideways. That's kind of the trade idea, I guess, for today. So yeah, again, thanks for watching. Check out that video coming out at 10. It should be a good one to watch. Definitely great time to be learning and getting your TA ready for when the market does start to move here in a little bit. Yeah, again, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining for the little bit of time we were on. Yeah, hopefully y'all have a good one. Have a good Easter weekend, y'all. And we will be back on Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. CST for another live stream. Kind of jumping in. Hopefully the market is a little bit better. Maybe it will drop out on Easter weekend and we'll see the market kind of come back here next week. But yeah, again, thanks for watching. Happy trading to y'all, and we will catch y'all next time.